So this is session 1 of a series that I'm calling Staying on Track, and I'm calling this one Standing Firm. Paul wrote to the church in Galatia and he said this: "You foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you?" The people of Galatia, both Jewish and non-Jewish, heard the good news of Jesus and believed by faith, believed they were free. But after a little while, the Jewish believers began to convince the others that they needed to live by the Jewish law. Paul's rebuke to them was this: "After beginning with the Spirit, are you now trying to finish by human effort?" They'd begun well, but they were going astray. Another thing Paul said: "I'm astonished that you're so quickly deserting the one who called you by the grace of Christ and are turning to a different gospel, which really is no gospel at all." Paul had to remind them of the basic facts. Jesus died as a sacrifice for their sin, and to accept this by faith was to be set free and become children of God. The gospel is so simple, and yet in a way that's what makes it so hard, because as human beings we like to think that we can earn our place with God, but we can't. It's all God's doing and our accepting. Right through history there have been those who wanted to add to the truth of the gospel or to skew it sideways. The test of a cult is what they do with Jesus. If they say salvation is through Jesus Christ and following our rules or our leader, then that should raise alarm bells. Other deceptions are not quite so obvious, but they can still lead us astray. And there's a whole plethora of Christian teaching available on the internet these days, but it's not all good. Some people like to get on their own pet themes and they present it as if that is necessary for salvation. Paul's letter to the Galatians is a reminder not to stray from the basic of the gospel, or not to add to it. He speaks of our being free, but this freedom is not to do as we please. The freedom is to serve Jesus. If we truly believe what Jesus has done for us, we are free from guilt, because we know that we do something wrong, we simply confess it, and we receive forgiveness. We're free from worries about what others may think of us, because we want to please Jesus, not other people. And we're free from worries about the future, because we know that God is there for us and wants only the best for us. We're free because God so graciously rescued us from self-destruction. We read in the book of Acts how Paul went to Berea and he preached in the synagogue there, and the people listened eagerly. But at night they went home and they studied the scriptures to check up if what Paul was saying was true. This is an excellent trait for us to copy. Don't just swallow what others tell us. Always check it out and stand firm on the good news of Jesus. Jesus gave his life in our place. If we accept that and choose to be obedient, we don't need to add any extras.